All right, are we recording? All right, we are recording. In 2009, the world was obsessed with two things: blue giants plugging their ponytails into dragons and James Cameron's Avatar, and being absolutely traumatized by Butt and Eyes and Coraline. But while I'm dumb, was looking at Pandora, Tim Burton and Shane Acker, can't pronounce his name, dropped a movie that was basically a full-blown I'm gonna say like instru, instru, I'm just gonna, metal album cover. Come to life. It's called Nine, or as I like to call it, The Avengers. But if the entire cast is made of your grandma's discarded sewing kit and left to rot in the gutter. The setup is simple. The world is dead. Humans extinct. It's like the ending of Terminator Salvation. But if Skynet decided that instead of Arnold Schwarzenegger, the ultimate killing machines should look like nightmare vacuum cleaners and rusty mechanical cats. Our main guy 9, voiced by Elijah Wood, wakes up in this wasteland, and look, Elijah Wood waking up in a pile of junk, having to go on a quest to save the world. I've seen this before. If he starts looking for a volcano to throw a ring in, I'm calling New Line Cinema for a royalty check. But instead of orcs, he's being chased by a beast with a baby doll head for a face. I'm sorry, but this was marked as a PG movie. But if I saw that thing in my backyard, I'm not embarking on a quest. I'm hiding in a lead-lined fridge like Indiana Jones and praying for a quick end. The Fellowship, the Ragdoll. The Squad 9 joins is basically a dysfunctional RPG party of Stitch punks. Number 1, he's the leader. He's grumpy. He wears a cape and has the "I'm too old for this" energy of Murtaugh from Lethal Weapon. He's basically Carl from Up if Carl joined a post-apocalyptic cult. Number 2, the quirky inventor. He's like Doc Brown from Back to the Future, but if Doc accidentally turned himself into a sock. Number 7, the absolute MVP. She wears a bird skull for a helmet. She fights like she's in the Matrix. If 7 wasn't there, this movie would be 5 minutes long and everyone would be used as AA batteries. The horror, the seamstress. We have to talk about the seamstress. This thing is some straight up Silent Hill nonsense. It's a mechanical snake that uses the skin and eyes of dead dolls to lure their friends. When that thing slithers onto screen, you really lose your shit. It's like the director saw Toy Story and said, "What if we made the most upsetting thing ever convinced by man?" It's beautiful animation, but it is pure, unfiltered nightmare fuel. At the end of the day, 9 asked the big question: can machines have souls? Can we fix our mistakes? And how does a burlap doll use a zipper without skin? It's a short movie, about 80 minutes, shorter than the opening credits of the Oppenheimer screening. It's a world where a common magnet is a weapon, mass destruction, and a record player is a holy relic. If you want a dark, beautiful, I can't believe this is for kids masterpiece, give 9 a watch. Just maybe keep the lights on while What do you think? Is 9 a hidden gem, or is it just a terrifying arts and crafts project? Let me know in the comments, and remember, don't lose your spark. Peace. Now, if you watched this movie alone in 2009, NECA, the kings of movie celebrities, can't pronounce the word, actually released a line of action figures of the whole officially released. Number 9 and number 1. That's it. If you wanted the whole squad, you were out of luck. It's like the Avengers releasing a toy line where you can only get Captain America and a very grumpy, elderly version of Hawkeye. Total horse, right? The Lost figures. There was supposed to be a wave 2 that included number 7, the Badass Warrior. There are even prototype photos out of her out there floating on the internet like ghost sightings. But for some reason, NECA canceled her. Now, if you want a number 7 figure, you either have to be a master at 3D printing or find a custom artist on Etsy who's willing to hand stitch a nightmare for you. Today, those original NECA figures of 1 and 9 are rare as hell on eBay. They go for hundreds of dollars, $300 for a piece of plastic that looks like a sack. At least the price is better than the price at that price. It better actually contain a piece of a scientist's soul. But the real final boss of 9 merch is the limited edition art book. They only made 999 copies of them. Convenient, right? It came in a burlap zip slipcase with a zipper, and it was designed to look like the scientist's actual journal from the movie. And it even had an invisible message printed in UV ink that you could only see with a black light. How cool is that? The legend has it that Tim Burton owns copy 9. If you ever seen one of these at garage sale for $5, buy it immediately because you just found a declaration of independence of the Stitch Punk world. Because the official merch died out so fast, the 9 fandom has basically become a DIY community. People are out there making full-scale replicas, crochet dolls, not crochet, I read it wrong, and even steampunk jewelry inspired by the talisman. It's honestly kind of fitting. The movie is about small things making something out of nothing, and that's exactly what fans did when the big toy companies gave up on them. Anyway, how was my opinions on the movie? I loved it. I'm surprised there was even a movie. I found it, the last time I saw it, it was with my grandpa when I was like 5 or 4, don't remember, but I know the movie that is actually based off World War II, the robots being the Nazis and all that, and yeah, but see you guys next week or whenever I post. I'm trying to start a posting schedule. Once I get my own schedule down, let me know. See you guys later. Subscribe.